I was standing in our half-empty apartment, holding the last box of my things, when I heard his car pull into the driveway earlier than expected. My heart wasn't racing from fear. It was excitement. Because after 8 months of living with the man who cheated on me, after 8 months of smiling, cooking, kissing him goodnight, I was finally about to disappear from his life forever, right after I finished destroying every piece of it. If you've ever been betrayed, lied to, or made to feel small by someone who promised to love you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories where justice is served extra hot. Because today, you're about to hear how I turned heartbreak into the most strategic, patient revenge of my life. You know, people talk about heartbreak like it's just sadness, but when it hits you, it's physical. It's that punch to the chest that knocks the air out of you. It's the shaking hands, the ringing ears, the way the world tilts like you just stepped off a moving train. I felt all of that the night I found the messages. There it was on his phone, a girl whose name I didn't recognize, sending him pictures, calling him baby, thanking him for last night. My stomach dropped so hard I thought I was going to be sick on the spot. When I confronted him, he did what cowards always do. He laughed, denied, gaslit, told me I was overreacting. Even when I showed him screenshots, he still tried to twist it. It was just a joke. She's obsessed with me. You're imagining things. But the thing about lies? They have a smell. Rotten. Sour. And his lies filled the entire room. I left that night. Cried until sunrise. And by morning, he was outside my door, sobbing, begging, promising. And here's the part I'm not proud of. I said yes. But not because I forgave him. No. I said yes because in that moment, a thought snapped into place. Cold, clean, and sharp. I'm going to ruin you. Not with rage. Not with screaming. Not with some big explosion. No. My revenge was going to be quiet, untraceable, and absolutely devastating. Leaving right away would have been too easy for him. Too painless. I wanted him to feel chaos, confusion, self-doubt. The same things he made me feel. But revenge takes preparation and money. I calculated everything. Rent, deposits, furniture, movers. 8 months. 8 months of pretending. 8 months of smiling. 8 months of being the perfect girlfriend on the outside, while turning his world to dust from the inside. And so it began. My revenge was 1,000 tiny cuts. I hid his belongings. His keys, his headphones, his wallet. Watching him tear through the house, panicking, while I helped look. God, it was delicious. I canceled his appointments. Dentist, mechanic, job interviews. He'd show up somewhere only to find he mysteriously wasn't booked anymore. He thought businesses were just incompetent. Nope. Just me, with his phone while he showered. I opened every parcel. He hates when his privacy is invaded. He'd stand there confused, staring at torn packaging. I'd shrug and say, maybe the mailman did it. I took cash from his wallet. Not enough to panic, just enough for him to say, huh, I thought I had more. I dipped his toothbrush in the toilet bowl. Yes. And he never suspected. Not once. I cooked dinners he hated. Pretended I forgot. Pretended I remembered wrong. Watched him force bites with a tight smile. I burned meals on purpose. He'd get home starving, only to find charcoal on a plate. I told his parents he cheated. Oh, that one was beautiful. The disappointment in his mother's voice could have shattered glass. I ruined his social schedule. Before every big event, I'd cry about his affair. He never told me to stop. He had to comfort me. He missed half his best friend's wedding because I started shaking in the bathroom. People thought I had trauma. Nah, he did. I demanded to go home early. Nights out? Gone. His plans? Cancelled. Because I'm just not feeling well. I forgot his birthday. Completely. Pretended I was stressed with work. His face? Priceless. I picked shows I knew he hated, and then acted offended if he complained. I brought up his cheating at a restaurant with my parents. He went pale. My mom gasped. My dad stared at him like he was gum on his shoe. I woke him up in the middle of the night to talk. Oh, Were you sleeping? But I'm anxious. He'd sit there half dead, trying not to look annoyed. I refused to pay for anything. My money is tight, babe. While my savings account grew fat and happy, I forgot to wash his work uniform, or left it in the washer overnight. He'd wake up to a soggy, sour mess. I chipped away at his confidence. Soft comments like, "Are you sure that's how that's done? Wow, that's surprising for you. You should work out again." He shrank a little every day. I flirted just a bit with his friends. Nothing obvious. Just enough to make him insecure. Make him watch. And the best part? He thought he was the one who was lucky I stayed. He thought I was healing. He thought we were getting better. He had no idea. By month 4, he wasn't the same man. He looked tired, confused, agitated at everything. Work seemed harder for him. Friends avoided him because he was always stressed. His parents barely spoke to him. He blamed himself for everything, even when it wasn't his fault. He once said to me, "I feel like the universe is punishing me." And I almost laughed. The universe? No, sweetheart. That was all me. The last week was beautiful, because he had no idea I'd already rented a new place. He had no idea movers were waiting for my call. He had no idea my savings goal was met, and I was ready. Every night that week, I'd look around the apartment and think, this is the last time I'll ever have to look at your face. So I gave him an extra dose of chaos. Lost his car keys for 2 days. Accidentally shrunk his favorite shirt in the wash. Told his boss he might be late because he was mentally unwell. Started a fight over nothing, then cried so loudly the neighbors checked on us. It was art. He left for work at 8:12 a.m. By 8:20 a.m., the movers were carrying out the first box. The apartment was silent except for the echo of tape ripping, furniture shifting, drawers slamming. Halfway through packing, I found a picture of us from 2 years ago. We were smiling, genuinely happy. For half a second, I felt something: nostalgia? Sadness? Regret? No. It disappeared as quickly as it came. By noon, everything was gone. By 1 p.m., I wiped the counters, left my key on the table, and walked out without looking back. He came home to an empty apartment. No note. No warning. No closure. He called, texted, emailed, begged. I didn't answer a single one. Because this wasn't a breakup. This was a disappearance. A ghosting. A final, silent punishment. His friend messaged me 2 days later. He's a mess. He thinks he ruined everything. He doesn't know what happened. Good. He shouldn't understand. Because for 8 months he lived in confusion, frustration, chaos. The same chaos he put me through when he cheated, but multiplied. He lost trust in himself, in his memory, in his relationships, in his stability. And that was the point. Cheating wasn't a mistake, it was a choice. And so was my revenge. People say revenge doesn't fix anything. But here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Sometimes justice isn't peaceful. Sometimes it's slow, strategic, and deeply satisfying. And sometimes disappearing is the loudest message you'll ever send. If this story made your spine tingle, smash that like button. Subscribe for more jaw-dropping revenge stories. And tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or done? Because trust me, I've got plenty more stories where this came from.